Hey guys, I'm here with Kfir, and one thing he's known for, besides his playing, is his ear and just tone. No, it's true. A lot of people really, when you perform, when you're playing these songs, yeah, technically you're playing fantastically, but you always nail the tone. We're gonna do something different too. We're gonna try the Triamp. The Mark III Triamp is a fantastic amplifier with a fantastic price tag. So what we're gonna do is so that everybody can understand, we're gonna have you dial some tones in, and then we'll do the Black Spirit, which is the solid state, to see how you would dial in maybe the same kind of tones.
Okay.
So yeah, let's
Actually, it will be easier with the Black Spirit because there's the built-in effects. So it will be a fair test if we don't use the effects, I guess.
Oh yeah, you want to do that? You want to say no effects? We'll make it fair fight.
Yeah.
All right, fair fight.
So let's start with clean tone.
Okay.
I've already dialed in something really nice.
You're doing it different than I know I would see anyone else do it, the average Joe, because your bass is at about 10 o'clock, right? Yeah. So you're not quite halfway. Your mids are at about 1 o'clock, right? Yeah. So a little bit past center noon. And your treble is just a hair underneath that at about 1 o'clock, right? That seems the opposite, I think the average guitar player would think, with a Strat. The Strat's gonna be bright. Let's go ahead and turn the bass up, turn the treble down. You did the opposite. Is that so walk me through why.
Okay, so the magic of the guitar tone is in the mids. So this is the special zone of the guitar for me.
Right.
If I was, playing heavy metal, I'd scoop the mids. But if I want a fuller tone, the magic is in the mids. And over that, I add a bit of sparkle with the presence. I don't want it too high because it's single coils and it will sound too brittle and too ear-piercing. You get enough top end, even with the in-between tone. That glassy atmosphere and tone. If we do an experiment and crank the bass, isn't as pleasant anymore.
Yeah, it's funny. It's not bassier actually at all either, and it's not bassier, but it's more sterile. Like your notes aren't popping anymore.
Yeah, I can hear the low bottom.
Right.
Yeah, but it interferes with the overall sound.
Yeah.
And feel like. So I think around here is the.
Yeah, the notes, they sparkle when you're doing it that way. They're really popping out, and yeah, they got lost in that.
Yeah, again, each guitar should have its own settings.
Right.
But this is how I find it better with single voice.
So that's a fantastic clean. Yeah. Let's go to a drive tone.
I don't like how it sounds right now. The breakup is a bit too harsh.
Okay.
I can hear what I hear is clean with some harshness. I don't hear the sweet breakup of tube tone.
Right.
So let's try to dial it. I don't know if I can, but I'll try.
Okay.
I'm not that familiar with this amp, so I'll crank the boost, and I'll reduce the master, and I'll reduce the presence. Let's try with 0 at first. Already much better.
Yeah, absolutely.
Let's crank the mids. So where am I? Oh, it's already cranked, and the treble is so high, and the bass was too high as well. We're in the kind of Richie Blackmore territory now.
Yeah, it's smoothed out. Yeah.
Even on the bridge pickup, it sounds like it's like a humbucker.
So here's the settings for your gain. So then we have the treble almost at the exact same spot, about 1 o'clock, but just a hair more than the clean channel was. The mids is at 10. It's just full bore. Yeah. Go. And then the bass is slightly even less than it was on the clean channel at, let's say, between 9 and 10 o'clock, right?
And the boost is on.
And the boost is on.
Prefer to boost it and reduce the gain.
So,
to remove that harshness and to get more articulation.
Right. But again, definitely with your theme, you're really focused on those mid frequencies.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, and that's what's interesting to me, because now you explaining it and playing it, I hear it and see it the way you're seeing it, but without seeing that, I wouldn't have think that's what you were doing. I would have thought, personally, the way your tone sounds to me, because it's warm and it's dynamic and it's not too bright and harsh, I would have thought you were really cranking bass. So I think a lot of players would intuitively try to add more low frequency to the tone.
What I used to do when I started playing.
When you were a rookie like us.
Yeah, no, you got to train your ear. There's no fast way to do this, actually. Yeah.
Right.
Okay, so let's try to achieve a nice clean tone from the Black Spirit.
Okay.
Because you mentioned that it is a solid state amp.
Yeah, it's a solid state, all transistor, no modeling.
So let's try to achieve the magic we had in this clean. It has that nice top end.
Okay.
First the boost, because I love boost. The other more top end.
Right.
This is the first, on this amp, this is the first stop for me.
Right.
To boost it and then go with whatever. I want clean. So I'll add some gain to get a bit more compression.
Right.
And articulation now, so I can have more dynamics. It's a bit too high for me. I'll reduce the presence a bit. Bit too dirty for me. Want a bit of dirtiness, but not that many. If we're after clean tone. The mids are more aggressive, so I won't crank it. And they add a lot more highs.
Right.
It's a kind of between mid to treble to me. I'm missing that top end, so. Okay, and we have here, of course, the special sagging knob. It adds exactly what I was missing, that bigger tone, yeah. Let's crank it a bit more.
Treble's low. You did the mid-range, not about almost 3 o'clock, right? And then again, the bass says at about 9 o'clock.
Okay, so crunch.
Okay.
Whoa. So I already hear tons of gain.
Right.
I don't like this song at all. So we want crunch, right? No, no, again. So I'll have it around here. So don't be afraid to turn the knobs all the way up or down, because this is the only way you can actually hear the differences.
Right.
So when I started, I was afraid, to move the knobs way too high or low, because I was afraid to lose my tone.
Right.
But this way you lose the experiment, and you must experiment to find your tone. Crunch tone from solid state, man. So you notice when I raise the master, I have more top end, because our ear hears differently, but it does actually add more top end.
So let's try something, because you gave me an idea. Okay, so I agree with you. As soon as you turned it up, more top end, and the tone, I think, actually came alive, and that's the perfect tone. So right now, I think this sounds great. However, if you had it turned down, I just watched you, we turned down, we lost that, right?
Yeah.
So let's try to see if the power soak on the back works,
Okay.
right? So now we're in 20 watt mode.
Okay.
And you want to raise the master to see if we get more top end.
Yeah. I want to thank Kfir for coming on. I want to thank Hughes and Kittner for having Spirit Con, because it let us come and hang out and try some amps and try experiments like this. And like I said, down below in the link, you can check out his channel. I highly suggest you do, although I'm pretty sure all of you already do. But but for those of you who haven't caught on, check out his channel, please. And until next time, thank you so much for your time, and know your gear.